All right, and the last topic here we want to talk about in overtime is post season 4 content. They have announced on the latest development video on YouTube saying that they will bring more content, though they didn't specify, after season 4. So they're not going to stop content like literally everyone thought they would at season 4. It kind of like, I guess, putting similarities to what they did in Battlefield 5, to where they had their promised content and then they did their last drop and that was it. It because of how badly reviewed BF5 was, and the player numbers were dwindling. I guess people were just getting that same idea, and maybe 2042, since it had a rough start as well, would also stop after their promised content. But it looks like they're going back on that, and they're going to have more Battlefield stuff. Maybe new seasons is what I'm guessing. So let's discuss a post-season 4 content. What do you guys think it'll be? And then I'll give my final words on it. Let's start with you, Zena. What do you think? What kind of content are they talking about for after season 4?
Well, I don't think it's going to be a season 5 per se because they didn't say that in the verbiage. So
Mm.
I don't think it's going to be season 5, 6, 7. I think it's just going to be honestly, I think we all need to lower our expectations as
Even
low as
more?
possible. Like I think we can expect new skins at post launch season 4. I think we can expect um the bare minimum. I'm not expecting any new vehicles. I'm not expecting any new maps. I'm expecting bug fixes. I'm expecting skins. Maybe like some rotations on like portal game mode and stuff like that. Community playlist or some kind of interaction that aspect. But I think that them to just like announce post season 4 content is just. I think we should all be kind of worrisome about this moving forward.
We can grab.
Interesting take. First off, when I saw this in the dev blog, I that was the first thing that like really was the surprise. That was because nobody would have expected. Hey, there's going to be more content post season 4 in this game. So that tells me two things. One, that they are confident enough with the player count that they want to release extra content for this game, and it tells me that they have enough people working on content right now that it might filter past season 4. So, what my belief here is that, like Zena said, I do not believe this is going to be season 5. I think if they do that, I think that'll be a last minute decision that would be like a surprise announcement at the end of season 4. Uh, I think, barring a couple portal guns being added post release, I think there is the possibility of maybe adding another map post release, post season 4, just as a hey, you guys gonna deserve this type of thing. There could be another map in development that just is taking a long time. We don't know. Truthfully, map development process is just extremely long, and we've clamored for new maps for so long. Maybe it's just one of those things that they've been working on, and it's just going to take a long time post game. I don't think we'll get another specialist. Uh, it's I have to agree with Zena. I think for the majority of it, it's going to be bug fixes, optimizations, and maybe a drip of content like a map or a couple of guns here and there. Which is honestly, that's completely fine with me as long as I get a new map and optimizations and bug fixes. Those are the keys to making your game last longer than rather just having people be frustrated with the same bugs for the rest of the game's life. If you just want that, look at every pretty much Battlefield game like BF3 and 4. Those have issues that the devs just left on the table.
Yeah. So I completely disagree with you guys. I think they're going to flesh out all the remaining slots for the specialists. I think they're definitely going to add specialists. I'm going to stick by that. The fact that they're adding Zane as an assault player, with the whole new class system, I think they're going to fill out the rest of the the UI there to make it a solid 4 specialists each category. So I expect specialists to come in after season, because season 4 you have one more, right? And who knows what it's going to be. So there's going to probably be there's 2 slots left to even it all out. So that's 2 more specialists past season 4, and I think they're going to do that for sure. When it comes to a new map, like maps are insanely expensive, and I don't know if they want to actually put that much time and money into that, especially if they're already making a single player for the new Battlefield game and a whole big multiplayer for the new Battlefield game. I don't know, unless it's like something like a side project, like a maybe they can do like a BF4 community map or some shit, like they can bring that back. But again, that takes a lot of resources and money to make something like that. I don't know. So that's like a very low percentage. I think they're going to add any type of maps. Skins? Oh, 100% agree with you guys on skins. That's easy peasy. Scan it in, put it on the models. It's probably the easiest thing they can do over there at DICE. So yeah, I expect a ton of skins coming in. I also expect pretty much the rest of the vault weapons. Like I know we were talking about this Gravity in an earlier Battlefield show, that they can add up to 50 weapons from the older Battlefield games that aren't like like there's like 2 M4s. Like they're not gonna add both of the M4s, right? They're gonna add one of them, right? And stuff like that. So 50 like different kind of weapons. So yeah, maybe they're gonna keep launching those out and putting basically all of those into past season 4 content. But yeah, the other thing, I think we're still gonna be doing the missions, the battle pass missions. And maybe if they wanted to, they can just keep doing the battle pass. After every maybe they won't call it season 5, but there will be some sort of pseudo battle pass with the missions and everything. That could keep people going, perhaps. So, I mean, if I were to guess, maybe they will call it season 5. It just won't have, it'll have the same amount of content, just it won't have a new map. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. But it'll be kind of odd. It'll be kind of confusing and upsetting, I'm sure, for many people to have a new season, no new map. Ugh. So that's the thing. So I kind of gravitate towards what you guys are saying, that it may not be called season 5 just because of that,
I wonder if they'll, okay, this is just a weird thing I thought. I wonder if there's a bunch of meme material that they didn't release that they wanted to. Remember the Boris Santa skin? I bet there's a bunch of other weird skins that they wanted to release over the years that maybe they'll just jump at the end and just say, "Hey, have fun with it, go."
I hope they bring back the flying hovercraft.
Yeah. At least
that
on one
vehicle.
Yeah.
I was okay with that in the game.
How about a new vehicle that's meant to do that? How about that?
Well, what would be cool is if they like included a water map and like a big lake or something like that, and the hovercrafts could go on the water, and that would be like the only vehicle option. Yes. That would be kind of cool to have like a bunch of bumper boats go out on like on a little mini island. And that'd be cool.
I've been hoping for a water map just for the hovercraft, and the Mav can get some more water action. In season 4, they could bring in a water map and like bring out some boats or something with some guns on it.
Yeah. They got the skids, or what do they call those things? The boats from the Battlefield 3 map.
The ribs.
On
the rib boats. Yeah, the rib boats.
Yeah.
They have skins for the rib boats too that they found.
Yeah, I think you can have, I mean, it's not like there's not water maps in the game. I mean, clearly there's water. I think it might require some retooling as to how some vehicles handle in water, whether or not they just sink or if they are intended to float. Like, I'm sure if they wanted to make the Mav float, I think realistically they probably should make the Mav float.
It does already.
It does?
It does, yeah.
Okay, well, never mind. Yeah. But I mean, imagine if you had like a a big lake map, and you had a fairly decent sized island in the middle, and the entire outside of this thing was populated by rib boats, Mavs going across it, or hovercraft. I think that'd be a really cool water action style thing with a big like lighthouse or big facility in the middle on that island. I think it'd be a cool thing to fight over.
Yeah.
Well, one can only hope, right? Hopefully they'll add some more stuff. Hell, adding more Portal stuff would be great. I know they're adding like technical stuff to Portal, even this coming season, but dude, adding another era to Portal would be extremely impressive. Though I feel like they're holding on to that for the next Battlefield game.
Maybe that'll be our post season 4 right there is Portal content.
Well,
you think so, huh?
I think
they haven't added anything to Portal.
I think Julian also must maybe have just hit the nail on the head too. It's perhaps the post season 4 content is tease for future game title or future content related things. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, there's possibilities of some sort of weird references to a future game in that content, but we'll see. I think it's the most interesting thing is the fact that they acknowledge that they're going to do that anyway, and that's realistically good on them. And when the announcement first came out, now that I remember this, the first thing I did, what I said to my stream was, one of the things that people expected in this game was it to have a year's worth of content, right? But they also expected this game to be better. So when this game launched, it was in a terrible state, and everybody hated it, and a lot of people still do. And this game is, like, unironically going to have a shorter shelf life than any past Battlefield game, right? It's also been a wake-up call to DICE that says, hey, we need to put more time and development into our next game and more focus and energy. It does occur to me that it might be a possibility of them drawing out this game's lifespan and creating as short of a lull in content between the two games, this and the future game, than what was originally planned, which is good because I think that's exactly what they should do. They should devote more time to the next game and maybe fill it in with a little more content for this one. So that's also a possibility.
Yep. All right. Well, any final thoughts, Zena? What do you think?
It's brutal expectations. I don't know what to think. Like they can put out all the blog posts and all the tweets they want, but until I see it in the game, like that's just where I'm at with this game's current state. I need to see it. Actions speak louder than words from DICE EA.
Oh yeah. They say things they don't really. They're very, very careful with their words. I do say so myself.
I feel like they didn't have a choice post BF5 releases when all the Twitter guys or all their devs were like, if you don't like it, don't buy it. I feel like they've had enough. Yeah, people, I feel like they've cracked down on devs speaking their mind about the game and saying the things about the community. Yeah.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say about this is I think it's I guess you could see it as a good sign or a bad sign of, are they buying time between releases? And so are they going to keep drip feeding us after season 4 and, give them more time to work on the new Battlefield game? And that's why we all thought it was done after season 4, focus on the new game. Why keep putting in more stuff? But I kind of feel like they're just doing it in spite of us, all doubting them that, oh, you're not going to go past season 4. And they're like, oh yeah, watch us.
Okay,
and they're just
Julian,
giving us
come on,
skins.
Man. We were all there at season 1 when season 1 released. None of us thought that given the game state that they would make it past season 2. Like, we were legitimately wondering, there's no way they actually make it past season 3, right? This game.
Well, they promised the content.
I know they promised it, but it's like this game just feels dead, right? There's this it's broken. There's no way that they're going to make even
that. I agree.
Maybe they'll break their contract or whatever and just completely say no more content just because and abandon the game and say, hey, do a pull of BF5. We've released a year's worth of content. Here's the end game, and that's it. We're not doing the Russian theater type of thing. That people legitimately thought that they could do that with this game, given how badly it was received. And
Yeah.
it's a surprise that we're even getting season 3 and 4 to me, and how much the game has improved since its launch. My only wish is that it launched in the state that it's in now.
Yeah, I mean, and right now there's no delay between seasons. That's what I thought that would be a thing. So right when the counter goes down on the 22nd, that's when the new season starts. And then they slowly throughout the season add in more content like the reworked maps and the vault weapons, etc., etc. So there's that. I think we covered enough on that situation, so let's just wrap it up right there. The past season 4 content. We'll see. Okay.